Welcome, everyone. Katarina, Martina, Deborah, and Katya again here as your hosts of the SANAT Kumara's Ambassador of Light podcast as part of Namat University study material. You can find link to our spiritual university in the description as always. And we're here to share the newest information with you, combining our skills and knowledge as Namat University core teachers. And today we will be talking about something very exciting. Well, we will be talking about nature beings and how they co-create with Namat artists through portal arts to reach to all of us. And we will be talking about even more interesting co-creation projects. So, Deborah, could you please introduce today's topic, communication and co-creation with nature beings on 5D AMAYA?
Thank you, Katya. I would be happy to introduce and welcome everyone. Glad you could be here with us today. So as we now know, AMAYA is vibrating fully in the fifth dimension. As of November 11th, 2025, we have begun the journey of return. This is the breathing in process that leads us all back to source, but not as individuals, as in the breathing out, in the descending. No, rather in ever larger groups in unity consciousness. That does not only involve humans, but all life forms. Soon after November 11th, 2025, nature beings, never seen before, began to appear to a few of the Namas artists. With all that has taken place since the end of 2024, with the shift to and through the fifth dimension, nature beings are showing up more frequently for the benefit of all of us. They wish to teach us and co-create with us as one, to create this new 5D Earth. Nature beings wish to engage with those of us willing to take the steps to full soul connection, taking the steps toward a healthy body, mind, heart, soul relationship. Listening from our heart space connection, listening with our soul. Nature beings wish to engage with humans who are willing to show respect for nature and the beings who share this planet with us. Showing respect for all of nature in our daily lives. Asking them to allow your connection with them on this journey of return. Taking the necessary steps is key. What are the steps? As we have always taught at Namas University, the first and foremost step is full soul connection. We offer a course at namasuniversity.org. Please see the link below and join us in this first step course, Achieving Soul Connection. As we fully connect with our heart space to reach our souls, letting go of ego, old beliefs and emotions entangled with them, we interact with nature beings. I received a quote from some nature beings. This is a good start, for your soul will guide you to us. We will call you, but you need to be steadfast and ready. We are everywhere in nature, from plants to water, to rocks, to soil, to mycelium, to deep in the earth. Everywhere you turn in nature, we are there. Feel us when you are within a natural surrounding. Unquote. When you are in nature, walk slowly, turn off your cell phone, listen and feel. They are speaking with you. Ask to enter their realm of existence. They are showing up through humans who know them. These humans are acting upon their guidance. They need all of us, for the time is here for creating with AMAYA. Ask your soul to guide you where to be with them. They appear to many who may not realize it yet. As more and more of you feel your soul's mission, many will be called by the nature beings to interact and learn from them. This ability is much easier now thanks to the gift of the 12-strand sun diamond DNA. For more on this, there is a book by the SANAT Kumara on our website, Your 12-Strand Sun Diamond DNA. This book is currently being updated to include what effects the shift in the journey of return have on our DNA. The German version should be ready at the end of April, the English version mid-May. So, how do we co-create together with nature beings? It is easier now thanks to the 12-strand sun diamond DNA, helping us engage with them telepathically. Also, we are now in unity consciousness on this journey of return. It is back to the basics of nature, is what I feel. And that, I believe, the nature beings are sharing with us. Go back in your memory to your childhood. And remember, when you felt nature beings when you were young, felt them near you, maybe even could see them. I have another quote from the nature beings. We are still near you when you enter our realm of existence. When you feel an energy of excitement, you know your soul is guiding you toward us. End quote. Energy work is being requested by the earth workers who are regenerating Earth, particularly the soil and water. Ask your soul, are you here now to assist in this work? Your soul will guide you. The earth workers are combining their work with all life, growing on and within the soil of AMAYA. They need humans for assistance with this work. The time for action is now. The earth workers also gave me a quote. The transformation has begun. Connecting, supporting us from your soul's perspective is needed. All who receive from us will contribute. We will show you where and when. In each space from around the globe, it takes commitment, daily commitment, unquote. Katerina, I understand AMAYA has something to share with us about nature beings. Could you please share that?
Yes, she's asked me earlier today to explain something from her perspective in her words, and I'm reading this. Nature beings, for example, dragons or earth workers, and many, many more, are expressions of the divine light. They are divine light, manifested as living beings. They have tasks to fulfill in nature to keep it divine. They are essential for nature and the cycle of nature to function. They remind you of how divine nature works. And they are here to work with you so that you may learn and heal the earth together with them. The earth as such is an expression of divine light, too. So the nature beings are her garden experts, and you tend the garden, as the experts say. To do this, be willing to learn from scratch. Let them explain the world to you. All knowledge on earth needs renewal. Even the knowledge of your wisest old men and women. Everything expands and corrects itself. For now, direct telepathic communication with the beings of nature, the light, is finally possible. Thus, nature becomes the true healer for you as well. But first, I ask you to align yourselves selflessly and connect with the nature beings to help your environs. In your environment, nature beings distribute the light on earth and within the earth, the soil from which you live, from which you draw your sustenance. To do this, stay away from so-called social media, where many others claim to know better. You will find true knowledge in nature. Nurture and care for your connection to your soul. Seek silence. Do not discuss so much, but listen. The most important work takes place in silence, with you being alone. You have many friends in other dimensions. They are waiting for you. What you seek on social media and digital media is something to affirm the beauty of yourselves. That no one can tell you who you are and what you can and what you want except your soul. Have the courage to be in silence and to listen. Have the courage to approach nature and the beings of nature. When you begin this, others will begin as well. Make it your new normal to acknowledge what is around you. Acknowledge all beings that live here on earth with you. Acknowledge their existence. Like you, they are parts of the divine light, and they are, in fact, the foundation of your life. Martina, I know you have years of experience with nature beings. Would you like to expand a bit on your experience?
First of all, utterly grateful for what AMAYA just said. Let that sink in. My first contact, conscious contact with nature beings, go back to the time when I started to illustrate volume 1 of the Chronicles, and all of a sudden water beings showed up I'd never seen before. At that point, I couldn't put one and one together and make sense of it. Through the recent cooperation with colleagues from Namas Artists, and also an artist who visited our last exhibition from the United States, things got really in a vortex. So on my paper, sketchbook, etc., all of a sudden birds showed up I'd never seen before. Then we received a photo of the gentleman from the States who had painted a bird, and he said, "What is this?" Turned out that there are inner earth bird species who are to the element of earth what the phoenix is to the element of fire. But then cross-checking with other colleagues who work on that from Navas Artists, it went even further. We know, depending on which culture, the 4 or the 5 elements: fire, water, earth, air, and metal. Right? So that seems like our 5 senses know this. No, we don't. Turns out that the elements are means of communication used by the nature beings. So first of all, an element is their language. Nature beings that serve one element use a language of that element that is connected to light language. each element is differently expressed on each celestial body. So what is, for example, the element of water on Earth, completely different on Mars or somewhere else. And even cooler, the element serves as a portal to other planets. So these nature beings can use their element, which they serve, to hop on other planets and be there in the same element in a different context. That's
Oh, Martina.
mind-blowing and makes
Well-
me feel so, am I that stupid? Why didn't we get that?
Wow.
Hey, you're staring at me. I just also learned that recently because we were asked to share what we just recently learned. Yeah, pretty mind-blowing.
Definitely mind-blowing, and it makes me really feel as though I can't wait for more.
But deserves a book soon.
Wait. We are coming, right? Everybody who's listening now. On the first weekend of July, 4th and 5th, and the last weekend of September, 26, 27, the Namas artists will have exhibitions. In summer, dedicated to nature beings. In autumn, dedicated to the broader, to dragons. And in September, to the broader definition of nature beings in the atelier in Aachen. You are all welcome to see this, to feel this, and start talking to these guys. They are here because we need them.
It's mind-blowing, Martina. So can I ask a couple questions?
You can. If I can answer them, I will do that.
Love it.
I'm just learning.
So first of all, I want to go back to what Deborah and Katarina was saying about nature being. Am I getting it right that first of all, they will really welcome us trying to communicate with them, correct?
Correct. There's
So
one precondition. They observe our behavior. Are we honest with their connection, or is this just something to be used to show off or to brag about? So are we committed to really interact with them, and does our wish to interact with them come from the heart?
Mhm.
So then, I guess from my perspective, if we are willing to communicate from the heart, it means that first and foremost, we believe in unity, and we believe that this planet, our AMAYA, is equally ours and theirs, and we're here following the divine plan. So that would be an intention to admit the unity, correct?
They're equals, and we
Equals.
need them. Yeah.
We are equal. So then if we are willing to communicate from this unity perspective, we slow down and we are asking permission to enter the real and to telepathically communicate with them. Would it be correct? Asking the permission would be the second step here.
Yes. Doing that telepathically and really showing by your behavior that you're mind and respectful, and wait until they say, let's come in.
Okay. And then third question or third step here. In my understanding, or in my experience, every time when I communicate with them, I open my heart and I ask how I can support them today, or is there something that we can discuss together? And then information keeps coming. It's not me demanding something, it's listening.
Yes. Is that the same, Katarina, Deborah? Would you subscribe to that?
Yeah.
Definitely. It's nothing forced ever. It's just always a guidance from your heart, from your soul. And ping, a thought goes off.
Living in the
To
present.
be there, or I need to do this. Someone's communicating with me. And particularly when you're in a natural surrounding, which special places I like to go in the woods, it just happens automatically. I get the feeling, the thought, like I get where I get the quotes from. I'm sitting on the moss. I am listening to the river flow. I'm just being there. I'm painting and I'm just being, and then it just flows. So it's the steps, as Katya was saying. Take the steps, ask permission, show them that you're coming from your heart space, and it'll happen.
And
I'm
try
gonna
not
speak
try not to
through
be in a
Katerina.
sorry.
Pardon? Pardon?
Try to be in a quite secluded area, forest or whatever. Because where I live, there is a forest, but there are many people walking their dogs and many people speaking about their problems, daily lives. And this is all collective energy, and this disturbs my receiving
Absolutely.
communication. So try to be where not too many people go, but only nature lovers, true nature lovers.
Yeah, I've had that experience actually just a few days ago where I went to a different spot and there were people that kept coming down that path to see the view as I was painting, and it just, it's
Yeah.
just an interruption. It just, you can't allow the flow if you're not in silence and hearing nature being.
Yeah.
Katya, what's your experience?
I guess I will second what Deborah and Katerina were mentioning, that it's very important to be present. You are there to communicate with the nature beings. You are not there to think about your problems or trying to solve your problems. It's almost as if when you're meeting your friend, you are not putting your phone on a table. You want to be there with someone who you came to meet. So be present and consciously allow the flow. Consciously open yourself up and it will come naturally. And then even if I'm in a busy park, I always look around and I will greet trees. And if I'm at the beach, I will touch the stones. And what I personally notice that sometimes when I have an inclination to take a stone from the beach and bring it back, I will ask the permission, and 9 out of 10 times the stone will tell me, no, leave me where I am. But sometimes they are willing to come. So that's, and sometimes when I bring stones back from my house to the beach. So, and be part of the system. Don't try to pretend that you are the boss. That would be my experience. And I also want to share my experience working with the art portals. So for me, portals are someone else's houses or home even. So when I'm communicating with the portals, I'm also very observant on one hand and very grateful that being inside the portal allows this communication to happen. In a way, art is also a communication channel. So when I'm engaging with the portal, I ask the permission, and then I'm there to observe. And I'm so grateful to the Namaste who created, who speaks this unknown language through art. And it would be fantastic to learn from you artists. How do you feel this language? Do you see portal art as a mean of communication?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's in the creation process itself, it's a huge learning to what exists and step aside mentally and let it flow through you. And then when the work is finished, you really start interacting with it and talking to it and learning from it and using skills like teleportation to go through the portal and see where it leads you. But also I understood that each of the artists, we have a slightly different approach on how we work. If you want to find out, on Saturday, the 16th of May, 2026, between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., you could meet Susan Jack and myself talking about creating dragon portals in the atelier. But
Very
Katharina, Deborah, how do you perceive your process?
well. First of all, you said your mind is out of the way, because I know I've tried to paint through my mind and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I was asked to paint something and for a book, one of our books, and I was trying to make it happen, but it was completely wrong. And so I said, okay, I just gotta not even think about it. And one day I was painting, I wasn't thinking about it, and things were just flowing automatically. So that was the moment I needed to react, when I felt like I have to go paint. I don't know what I'm going to paint, but something's coming through. And I have to say, at the beginning of painting the portals, I was astounded sometimes of what came through. I'm grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. And my process is similar. It's nothing the mind can do, nothing what your human mind has learned at school, or your hands. No, it just happens through you by playing. I would call it playing. Playing with colors and allowing your soul and other beings to work through you. My process is a bit different because I receive light language first. I request the light language that upstairs, as we call them, wish to anchor and put out into this world. And after this, I paint the portal.
When I learned about or understood my process, I tried to find out if this ever has happened before in Earth's history, because I never think we are the only ones who are special. And I discovered something really interesting. The way an artist perceived himself, and I say literally himself, has drastically changed in Florence during the time of Renaissance. Before that time, an artist working in his studios with assistants was perceived the artist, and also in the studio present was a genius, a higher dimensional being. In the time of the Renaissance, when the Medici just, made art flourish, all of a sudden, the genius and the artist became one. But that led to the effect that the artist considered himself, because they were mostly male, as the superior being. And our experience is no, this is co-creation, right? The mind has to go out of the way, and otherwise nothing much happens. And today, the majority of the artists that I have met, they use their five senses and the skills they have learned. And then the mind is in the way. So I'm really looking forward to a period on Earth that will start now, where art becomes spiritual art again, where the artist is the conduit, the collaborator in something bigger.
Yeah, for the being of light, the genius.
That makes perfect sense what Amaya said.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think we touched on so many mind-blowing topics today, to me personally, and there is a lot I will be reflecting upon. And as always, all four of us will be delighted to get your question at namasuniversity.org. And I feel I'll be the one asking some of the questions. And we have also touched upon unity a little bit and during our return today. And Deborah, with this in mind, will you introduce our next topic that we will be talking about in 2 weeks?
Yes, looking forward to that. It seems appropriate. The next topic in 2 weeks, we'll be talking about unity consciousness on our journey of return and what that means,
Wow.
particularly with nature beings, for me.
Yeah.
That's a very exciting topic, and I can't wait. And I guess I'll call to everyone who is watching us today that if you're serious about your own spiritual development and understanding our Mother Earth, our Maya, hero in our galaxy, we ask you to join us at Namas University. So the link will be in the description. We're also a very international community, as you can hear from our accent, and we speak multiple languages. We're very welcoming, so please find us. We have a number of free courses and we have lovely chats. And we will be delighted to see you among us. And for now, we're saying goodbye and we will see you in 2 weeks' time.
Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.